For my strategy number 3, I would have students create a word cloud or word art, and students would focus on the actual term as like the bigger word, and then around it they would put words that describe that vocabulary term. So for example, on my 5 terms for this strategy, I chose the pledge, number 1, number 2, allegiance, number 3, citizenship, number 4, election, and number 5, voting. So you would go here and you would make sure that the first word that you want to focus, which would be the vocabulary term, be the first one. And then you would follow with other words that describe that term. And so students would have the option to choose the shape that they would want their word to visualize their word. So for pledge, let me see. I think I will go probably with a hand. So I would probably type in there we go, a hand, because when we pledge, it's kind of like, you know, we put our hand over our heart. So that's what reminds me of the pledge. And so I would move on to fonts. I'd want it readable so that I can remember and recall those vocabulary words and the details and the words that I chose to describe it. So I'm going to go with this one. It's pretty readable. The layout, I think I would kind of want it, let's not do that. Horizontal's fine. And the style, I will just leave that as is. And so once students are done creating their words, they would just put visualize, and it's going to load. And then I would have it there, my word art. And so there are so many generators out there. There's word cloud and word art from what I know, but I used word art. Okay, we can do another word. We'll do all our 5 terms. I think this will be pretty quick and I won't run out of time. So for the next word, my vocabulary term is allegiance. And I would follow it with the word dedication, faithfulness, and devotion. And again, those are 3 words that remind me of allegiance. And then I would go and look for my shape. Let's see. I think for this one, I'll add a star since we already have a hand. I'll go ahead and add a star. And so I'll leave my font the same and my layout the same. So I would click visualize. And there you have it. I probably changed the color. Just, let's see. Probably change the color. Custom, this color. There we go. I think that's better. And yeah, that's how I would do this one. Okay, and then my next vocabulary word is citizenship. So the words I would use with citizenship, it reminds me of community. It reminds me of our native island. It reminds me of country. So again, I would click down for shapes. Let's see if they have an island. No. Maybe a country. No. A state. No. Land. Okay, so I would pick land. I think that describes citizenship well for me to remember what citizenship is. And I would go down to fonts. I still want the same font, same layout. Let's see how the colors look on here. Yep, that's okay. I love it. All right, and then the next word we have is election. And what reminds me of election is president, Republicans, and Democrats. And so I would, again, go down, look for a shape that it reminds me of. Let's see, and I like that it also has categories. So, let's see. People. Okay. So let's see if I have anything for school. What about people? I would choose people for election because that's, it involves people. So, let's see. I would choose this shot right here. Okay, I would leave everything else the same. Visualize. Okay, and that I like I said, my main term elections up here, and then it has all my other terms words that describe my main focus. And then the last word, vocabulary word, would be voting. And when I think of voting, I think about rights. I think about change, and I think about a leader. Well, let's say a new leader. Okay, and so I would go down below. I'm going to go ahead and choose these hands of agreement because I feel like when you vote, you're making that agreement that this is the leader that you choose to run your country, your county, your town. So I'm going to go with hand. I'll keep everything else the same. And there we go. And that is my strategy number 3.